Axl Rose has settled the lawsuit that was filed against him last year in November of 2023 by former model Sheila Kennedy, who was also the Penthouse Pet of the Year in 1983. She filed a lawsuit against Rose, claiming that he had attacked and raped her in a New York hotel room in 1989, which obviously 1989 was a very, very long time ago, and she was able to file that lawsuit because of the New York Adult Survivors Act, which temporarily removed the civil statute of limitations for sexual assault victims who were over 18 years old at the time that the alleged assault happened, meaning that within the window of the Adult Survivors Act, which was from November 24th, 2022 to November 24th, 2023, you could file a lawsuit regardless of when the alleged incident happened. But the lawsuit was not the first time that Kennedy brought up the allegations. She published her autobiography in 2016 called No One's Pet, and then there was a documentary called Look Away in 2021 that detailed sexual misconduct within the music industry, and she was in that as well, and I guess spoke of the allegations. I have not read the book, nor have I seen the doc, so I cannot say one way or the other what she did or did not say. However, earlier this year, Radar Online obtained some court documents in which Rose's lawyer referenced both the autobiography and the documentary when he wrote, in her 2016 self-authored memoir, No One's Pet, Kennedy described the alleged incident in the complaint as consensual sex and specifically noted, quote, "I was okay with this. I had wanted to be with him since the minute I had first laid eyes on him, and now I was getting him." Then referencing the Look Away documentary, Rose's lawyer continued, in an interview for the 2021 documentary Look Away, Kennedy described the alleged sexual encounter this way, quote, "It was consented. Rose was, quote, not trying to hurt me, and Rose acted, quote, gently." Kennedy reiterated, quote, "It was okay. He was fine. I did not consider it rape. It was consensual." The lawyer then went on to mention how Kennedy filed the lawsuit just before the Adult Survivors Act expired, saying, "Despite having made clear and definitive statements both before and after the height of the Me Too movement that her alleged sexual encounter with Rose was consensual, her position has now shifted. The belief that the statute of limitations had reopened and that she could profit from claiming for the first time nearly 35 years later that the incident had not in fact been consensual was apparently too great an opportunity to pass up, and so she filed this false complaint a mere 2 days before its expiration." Kennedy's lawsuit claimed that Rose, quote, "pushed Kennedy against the wall and kissed her," and continues to say, quote, "Kennedy found Rose attractive and did not mind." It then goes on to note that Kennedy was open to sleeping with Rose before the suit then claims that Rose became aggressive and pushed her down, dragged her across the hotel room by her hair, and raped her. According to the suit, quote, "Rose made no attempt to ask for or check that Kennedy was consenting. He treated her like property used solely for his sexual pleasure. He did not use a condom." Since the lawsuit was first filed, Rose has, of course, denied the allegations from day one, and now, of course, Rolling Stone reports that the lawsuit has reached a settlement, although the terms have not been disclosed. But we do know that the case has been discontinued with prejudice, meaning that it cannot be filed again at a later date. And we also know that both parties agreed to cover their own legal costs. We've not heard anything from Kennedy or her lawyer at this time, but Rose himself apparently issued a brief statement to Rolling Stone that says, "As I have from the beginning, I deny the allegations. There was no assault." We also heard a statement from Rose's lawyer, which is a different lawyer than the one mentioned throughout this video, where the lawyer adds, "Mr. Rose has suffered greatly from this lawsuit, and I am pleased that he will now be able to move on with his life." All right, that's all I got for you for right now. Thanks so much for hanging out. Feel free to drop a like and subscribe below if you feel like it, and I'll see you next time.